Hello, welcome back to GameSpot's coverage of E3 2015. I'm joined by Chris Miller from FunBits.
Hey, FunBits is here.
What's up, buddy?
Day 3.
Yeah, it's almost done.
Almost.
My voice is almost gone. I've almost run out of T-shirts.
We're gonna end big and
Exactly.
strong.
We're gonna end strong, and what a way to end! Has it been 6 years since we saw the princess?
It's been a while. It's been about 4 years. Since
4 years.
Yes.
It's been a long time. I remember playing the first one a lot on PlayStation Network, and you guys are back. Different take on Fat Princess this time.
It is. It's taking all the kind of chaos and combat in the original classes and kind of showing them in a new way where people can actually play together. One of the big feedback we heard in the original is people loved it. They loved the multiplayer PvP, but there's a lot more people that wanted to just enjoy the experience and drive it themselves at their own pace and have a good time. And so this is kind of our leading focus right now for Fat Princess Adventures.
Cool. So Fat Princess Adventures, a 4-player drop-in, drop-out
Drop-in.
co-op romp.
Drop in, drop out, and you can be online or on the couch. So it's great. You can, if you're just by yourself, you can log in with friends and play online, or 4 people on the couch. And one of the things we've done is you can choose a personality type as well as a character class. And your personality type actually kind of changes the script and the combat and the banter as you play through. So when you've got 4 people playing together, they banter and talk amongst each other and kind of drive the story with you.
Excellent. I played this back at the PlayStation Experience when you guys first announced it. Had a lot of fun. One of the things I loved the most was it collecting all the cake and then turning into this massive-ass version of yourself?
So that's what they're doing now. It's just, if you eat cake, it heals you. If you keep eating cake and you eat lots of cake, then you go into chubby mode, and then you can really bring smack down on the goblins and the enemies in the game.
It's excellent. We've got 4 of your friends playing off screen here, doing a wonderful job. Tell us about the classes and how they sort of interact and work with each other.
So I've got the engineer, and the engineer can disarm traps and bombs. And the mage is kind of your range class. He's a little bit squishy. He'll die pretty easily, so you got to hang back. You've got the archer, and you've also got the warrior. So the warrior is kind of your tank. He can run in there and basically just kind of push the enemies back. He's got a shield bash. But also, as you adventure through, you can collect all kinds of gear and loot that changes your character as well. So the type of play, the type of weapons they have changes up their actions.
It seemed like you actually had a much higher emphasis on loot than I was expecting. You're kind of changing weapons as you're going through the level as well.
Yes, so you've got full customization of your armor, your hats, your weapon types, and you can fully customize all your gear. And then say you want to actually like the flame sword more than the ice sword, you can actually level it up, and you can take it to the upgrade guy, and he'll upgrade all your gear and loot as well over time. And your characters level up as well. So there's a much deeper system there for grinding and loot collecting and customizing your characters.
When you're dropping into a 4-player map, for instance, kind of like me and my friend, like, can we all be the archer? Can you have 4 archers, or do you have...
You can do whatever you want, and that's the kind of cool thing. You have to commit at a checkpoint as what class you want, and then you have to play that class until the next checkpoint.
Yeah.
So checkpoint's the kind of area where you can, like, okay, let's change up our strategy. We can all be warriors. You can mix and match with, a different grouping, and it's kind of fun. It's a good way to kind of enjoy all the classes in an action RPG because you can play other games where you're like level 30, like, oh my god, I got to go all the way back to the start of the game if I want to try a different character class, and that's kind of the fast action of Fat Princess is. It's just jump in, grab the controller, and just start having fun and just experience all of it at once.
Cool. So your 4 classes are kind of leveling up individually, and if you were like to start the game, then could you like bring your level 15 archer in, or?
So you can jump in with other people, and they can adjust based on the people that you have. So
cool.
It's not everyone going to get their asses handed to them, but you can also select and swap out your gear. And one of the cool things is too, it's like there's always a game. There's not enough games out there where you can hand it to your other half on the couch.
Yeah.
And they can actually be helpful and have a good time and have joy playing it. So we're really excited that we're allowed to do a 4-player couch co-op game that's fun and story-driven.
So I guess you're trying to ride that line of having an RPG game, but also is sort of casual
really
enough that
accessible,
people can get it.
and sometimes you want to log in and do a raid for 4 hours, and sometimes you want to play something for half an hour and do some story and replay some dungeons. And that's what we have here is we have a good replay system where you can actually go back in the dungeon, conditions change, so you can actually keep replaying and try to collect more loot. And then we have tons of customizations as well for all the characters as well. So on top of the classes, you've got the personality types, you've got male and female, and all kinds of really cool customizations and unlockables to change your character over time as well.
Cool. I'm pretty sure this is actually the level I played in Las Vegas at the end of December.
So this the first part is the beach invasion, and we also have rescuing the princess from the castle, which is the next level we're also showing here. And we also have Zug boss battle that we're showing at the floor as well, where you can try and defeat Zug the Destroyer. It's a pretty hard boss, but it's using strategy with the different classes and figuring out how you can actually do damage to him is kind of a really kind of fun experience.
I like it. You've got a beach invasion for your first level. It's like Call of Duty. I guess the other thing with games like this is how much content is there. So like, how many levels are we talking about here? What's the
there's
campaign
a
like?
lot of levels. It's a long campaign. If you were to just sit and play through, we're going to have a 6 to 8 hour experience of just story based, and then from there you've got replaying the dungeons. But you're going to go to all kinds of locations. We're going to go to the Pirate Caves, the Salty Mountains, Lost Lake, Black Forest. Black Forest in the original, so you get to revisit that area as well, which is cool. And we have the village here and the docks and the beach. So it's a huge game. It's so much bigger than I think people are going to even anticipate when they check it out.
You guys, it must be wonderful for you to be releasing this game now that the PlayStation 4 is such a nice, healthy install base as well. Are you guys going to be bringing this out on Vita at all with a cross?
That's to be determined. We'd love to. We'd love to address the Vita players. I mean, Funbits was born out of Vita with Escape Plan, so it's kind of we have a love for that device. But for now, it's PSN, PS4. It'll be out later this year, and it's great. Sony's been a great partner in that. Just really focus on gameplay and fun, and it's really great to work with a partner that kind of lets you explore and iterate and really polish and make a really polished, fun experience. So it's been great.
Cool. I think we've talked a lot about the nitty-gritty because I was just so interested while all this was playing. So let's focus on the gameplay a little bit. Just kind of give us an idea of what exactly is going on here. How the team's working together.
So right there, everyone just got almost party wiped there, and so just standing next to another player, you can bring them back instantly, or they'll get warped to a checkpoint if you don't bring them back within a certain amount of time. We got somebody there in chubby mode running around in their underpants. They've been eating too much cake. They've just brought 3 guards. They found the guards' keys, and they're bringing them back to get into the main gate here. So right as they get to the guard, tells you let's go in, but the goblins are still attacking. You need to defend the gate before you guys can go in and then get to the princess. Is
there some sort of like I see the chubby mode is when you eat too much cake. I think I remember seeing something like an overpowered mode where you're able to like just stomp around and kill everyone.
That's the awesome meter. So the purple meter there, when that powers up all the way and you go into awesome mode, you activate awesome sauce. It gives you a really good boost. It's kind of like a POW where you can do more damage, you can run a little faster, and you can beat the crap out of the goblins and the other characters.
How could I have forgotten the awesome sauce? That's what it was in my head.
But one of the things we did too is you're always collecting gear and loot, and the party shares it, which is cool. So the competitive aspect is collecting gold versus the cooperative aspect is collecting gear. So if someone gets to the chest first, they got a cool new helmet or shield, everyone gets it in the party, which is cool. But there's gold grab. Everyone's going for gold on their own. That's kind of the competitive score for everybody, because then you can use that to upgrade your weapons.
So is that what the gold is used for, is for specific upgrading the weapons?
Upgrading, buying stuff from store vendors, and just kind of showing that you've got the most gold grab. When you get to a checkpoint, first person to get to a checkpoint gets checkpoint champion, and they get some gold as well. So it's kind of, you get people racing to the checkpoints too. And we're trying to put some competitive nature in this game, and it's going to be evolving over time. To say,
I like it. Working together to get XP, working together to get weapons, but just being a little bit selfish on the side.
A little cash grabbing on the side.
Yeah, that's the best part about co-op games. Is actually the part where you're not playing cooperatively at all. Let's have a little bit look more at some of the gameplay here. Is there a boss fight coming up next? Am I remembering correctly?
It's in a little while. We've got Zug, the Destroyer. It's quite a ways off. It's a big demo for the show.
How many bosses are in the game?
I believe we've got about 5 major bosses, and we've got a handful of elites that you'll be fighting as well along the way. But yeah, the boss battles are fun. It's a good time. It's a kind of classic Mega Man style boss battles that we like.
Everyone has their class and everyone has their role, kind of thing. Lastly, how long have you guys been working on this? It's been a while. It's an interesting turn of face for the series. Honestly, it kind of seems like you guys are making a game that we haven't seen on the PlayStation 4 yet, which is great.
We've been on this for about a couple of years almost. So after we finished Escape Plan, we rolled directly into working on Fat Princess Adventures, and it's been good. It's good to take the style of the original and kind of bring it to the PlayStation 4, kind of up the frame rate and add more effects and add just more chaos and classes and more characters than we've ever had before. And just give it a lot more depth in terms of even the voice acting. The narrator was so classic to the original, and he's back. So we have Nathan, Tom Kane, and Nolan North is actually in the game.
Really?
He actually plays a chicken on fire at a certain point.
You got Nolan North.
He was fantastic to work with. We have a really great cast in this game. It's pretty fantastic.
Next time you could get him to voice the cake. You just figure that one out somehow.
He'd hit it like right on the first go. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Chris Miller from Funbase, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much.
When will we be able to play Fat Princess?
You'll be able to play Fat Princess later this year.
Later this year?
Later this year.
Woo! So many games coming out in 2015. We got one more to look forward to. Thanks very much for coming on. And thank you so much to your wonderful team off camera for playing and putting on a great show. We'll be back here on the GameSpot stage in just a minute. Stay tuned.